Hi, welcome back again. In this video, I want to talk about some peculiarities of how HTML is parsed. So how the browser takes what we give it and interprets what HTML should look like. Now, in HTML, we want generally to represent how the text is displayed with attributes of these elements, or with CSS or with JavaScript. And so HTML resists our attempts to format things within the actual text. So it likes it when we format it with markup, not with text. For that reason, whenever we have more than one space, or even a tab, or a new line here, right, HTML will actually ignore all but one of those. So if we have 5 spaces and a new line, it's actually going to ignore that new line and all but one of those spaces, and it'll count. If there's just a new line, for example, and not space, it's just going to count it as a space. So this is important to be aware of, and there's a way to get around it. There's actually a couple of ways. One of the ways is with CSS. We'll talk about that in a CSS video. But for now, let's learn a little bit about HTML entities. So HTML entities have this special syntax where you have this ampersand, and then you have, and then you will have this, you'll have some sort of a code here. This stands for non-break spaces, and then you'll have this semicolon. And what this will do is it will tell the browser that this is not just me formatting the text in a way that will make the code cleaner or make the code more organized. This is actually something I want in here. So if we copy this and paste it a bunch of times, we can actually get extra spaces. Now there are a lot of these HTML entities. For example, we also have AMP, right? So we have this ampersand AMP and this semicolon. That's for an ampersand. We can also do the greater than and less than signs, because if we just do it like, like this, sometimes HTML gets confused about whether this is supposed to be a tag or referencing a tag or something. Maybe we just messed up. And so we can have GT like that, and that's a greater than sign, or LT, and that's a less than sign. And there are lots of these that allow us to do a little bit more specific things with our text inside of the HTML element. In general, though, if you find yourself doing too much formatting within the inner text or inner HTML, it's probably time to start trying to style your HTML with CSS or with JavaScript, because that's not the preferred method of doing it.